Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Knowledge and Experience series, volume 2, number 13. So number 13 is our last production in volume 2, and I am excited to be your moderator this morning. I'll be engaging with our producers for the show. Maame Adjoa Buttah, a regular moderator, and also I have with me Jacqueline Sampah-Adjei, who is part of the production team, and we also have on the call Antoinette, who is also hosted the show at the point in a panel discussion and part of the production team. So welcome to today's interaction. I would urge us all to pay close attention because it would be an open forum and we would expect that you give us feedback on what your experiences have been in all the episodes we've had and what your expectations are for bringing an even better knowledge and experience series in 2024. So let's get started. Ladies, how are we doing? How was your weekend?
Okay, I think I'll start here. The weekend was interesting, I would say. Nothing much going on, but then visited family, spent time with a few friends. So yeah, it was good.
Excellent. Jacqueline, I was with you in Kigali. Well, we came back when Sunday 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Did you lose your luggage? Because I didn't have my luggage with me all throughout the journey.
I almost lost mine as well. Apparently, the luggage arrived before I did. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you must be lucky you had your luggage arrive before you. I never got mine since I left Accra.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you've been able to catch some rest.
Yes, I have been in kick for the week.
Instead of telling us about your weekend, tell us what did you go to do in Kigali and what is IWA and what's your involvement with IWA?
Okay, so in Kigali, obviously, I went for the International Water Association conference, Water and Development Congress, which happens every year, bring together water and sanitation professionals to have discussions on how to improve the sector and new technologies that are emerging in the sector and how everybody or globally can have access to safely managed water supply, sanitation facilities, and also solid waste management. Also looking at resource recovery and how we can have the appropriate or right financing to improve the sector. So in Kigali, it was interesting. It was a 4-day conference. I had the opportunity to join some technical sessions, some workshop, which I was also given the opportunity to contribute to the dialogue and made a whole new set of friends in the water and sanitation space, as well as business partners, hopefully. And added or had the opportunity to sightsee in Kigali, and Kigali is very beautiful, and I would definitely love to visit the country if I get the opportunity again. Thank you.
Exactly. You didn't say we went to the AU headquarters.
Yes. Okay.
Antoinette, no. Hold that thought. Antoinette, so how have you been? You've literally been perhaps the busiest person in Construment the past 2 weeks. I mean, you are everywhere in every space, juggling multiple projects, internal, external, engaging with diverse people. What has it been for you this month of December? How has it been for you? You may want to speak up a bit. Your mic, yes, you may want to speak up a bit.
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you now.
Okay, so I'm saying like you really
Well, too bad, Antoinette. You seem to have a sound challenge. So I'll come back to you. Let me go back to Maame Adjoa and ask about her last show. That would be number 11. Is my count right? Show number 11, which was the panel discussion on COP28. Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was stellar for someone with a background in business and finance. We are used to you enforcing regulatory compliance issues and money numbers. And suddenly you are all over climate change and climate finance and all of that. How was it? How did you prepare for that show?
Okay, so I think I'll start from the time I found out I was supposed to moderate that session, which was a very short period. So I knew I had to come prepared. I barely slept that weekend. I went through every document, every website I could find just to gather as much information as possible, because this is a platform that I'm so proud of. I've worked on with a team, with yourself for the past couple of months, and I couldn't come and embarrass myself during my final moderation. So I had to come prepared. And it was I think that would be one of my favorite sessions ever. I had an incredible team. They were fantastic.
Right. Yes. Yumi and Gloria and Hansen.
Everyone, they did absolutely incredible.
You're right. And we were at the airport ready to board from Ethiopia after a night to head off to Kigali, and we wouldn't board. Jacqueline and I were about the last people to get on the plane, and they wouldn't understand why we still had earbuds, because Jacqueline went first and then he said, no, my network is off. So she had to come back, and I stayed just to catch the last minutes of the show. That was an exciting show. So congratulations. Antoinette, are you ready to share your experience? Have you sorted out the issues you have?
Yes, I'm good now. Yes. Please, I hope I can be heard clearly.
Yes, very well.
Yes, great. So I was talking about having to juggle between both internal and external projects. Yeah. So for me, it's been very impactful, I must say, and also in a way helped me with my negotiation skills, especially with the internal projects that I was given the opportunity to take lead on. So, it's been great. And for the external ones, I've been in and around END. Like almost every fortnight I'm in END, and as the gender expect again for our OPRC project. And yeah, I think that has also been very, very, very good to me, having to help out with the communities that we work in. And as part of the anniversary production team too, we had one of our donation sessions in END where we visited a school, Mantili school, and donated several uniforms and stationery.
That was phenomenal. We saw you in a video singing songs with the kids.
Oh my God. It was one of my very interesting moments, coming from the north and having to go back to help the very people you grew up with. So when we went, we asked them to sing us a rhyme just to spend some time with them. And oh God, they couldn't give us any rhymes. So I had to quickly remember my rhyme. So we did "A lion has a tail." At least that one they knew. And then I taught them, "I see the moon and the moon sees me."
You were fantastic.
You were fantastic. I had a great time. And yeah.
Awesome. And you're hitting the road again today. Where are you heading to today? 7-hour drive. Where are you going to?
So I continue to Atebu, package 3, yet another OPRC project. Yes, to go and do some monitoring to wrap up the year. Yes.
Well, we wish you a safe ride. So let's get into the conversation. This series, I'm supposed to be moderating a discussion of our show. I think you've all done very wonderfully. I mean, I've been involved with you in planning some of the sessions, and I know the very difficult discussions we've had, the back and forth between panelists, moderating style, preparation for moderation, and all. So, Maame Adjoa, we'll come back. What kind of experience, I mean, how different would you say volume 1 was compared to volume 2? Were there any differences for you?
Yes, very big difference. So you would recall volume 1 was just you and I. We would find whoever is available. We try and schedule it as quickly as possible. Once the two of us are in agreement, we are good to go. But now we have to we added on 2 persons. Well, we adopted Jacqueline, but we added on Antoinette here. And the process, the different views that came on board, how we ended up restructuring everything. We tried to take views, tap into all our networks. It was different, but then I would say it's been welcoming, because then it also eased some of the stress and the pressure, because then we had a whole team working on this together rather than just 2 persons trying to figure out what to do week after week. So yes, having them in particular join us for this particular volume has been incredible. Yes.
Excellent. So Jacqueline, you were co-opted. You were
Yes.
adopted. How has it been for you? I mean, you've been an incredible supporter in the production process, and you've been co-moderated one of the shows. How has it been for you working on the production team of the KNE?
Well, like you rightly said, I was an adopted member, not intended originally, but then I've really enjoyed my stay working with the team, and always have to learn, because you don't know, you have a plan together, but you need to put in a lot of research to get the right topic out there, get the right people on board who would contribute adequately to the report. So it has been a wonderful experience for me. The learning and delving into one interesting thing is my participation in the transport discussion, mobility discussion with God's love and the team.
That was another beautiful conversation we had with the team.
Yeah, it was a new dimension altogether, and
it really was.
Kind of research we had to put in to be able to contribute was quite a lot, and I really enjoyed that session. Thank you.
Yeah, and the inconvenience you caused our panel members who are not in Ghana. I know Oliver Comey, who joined from the US, had to wake up at 3 a.m. I know at some point we had to get Kojo Educhum, who also joined about 3 a.m. and said, we have to wake up at 2 a.m. and get ready for this show. How are we going to do it?
Yeah.
But that was quite an experience, and the commitments and excitement with which our panel members come to the show has been, very, very, encouraging. And I'm also happy that in this volume we were able to reach out across many African countries. Anybody? Can we do the count together? Which countries have we been to in this production? Antoinette, what do you recall?
So I recall Gambia. I recall Uganda. Okay.
Where did we go? We went to, I know you were the last production saw us in Uganda, right?
And Nigeria.
I think Gloria joined from, yeah. Good. So are we able to retrace our steps, find the countries we've been to in Africa this volume, in this volume? Okay. Are we still on the call? Okay, Maame Adjoa, okay, are we still there?
Yes, I'm here. I'm sorry.
Great. I think Antoinette and Jacqueline are juggling
network
something in the
disconnected
background.
very briefly, but
You're on the call. Excellent. So I was
yes,
asking if we could retrace the countries we've been to this year. I mean, do you recall some of them?
yes, so
Antoinette,
we've had
okay.
participants from the US, from
Mhm.
Nigeria, we've had one from Uganda, Zambia, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yes, so we are trying as we even had Mingo.
From Kenya.
Yes, from
Yes, we've
Kenya.
had
Yes,
two
so
people
we
from Kenya. Yes.
two people from Kenya. Yes, so yeah, we're trying up. We're trying.
Well,
Yeah.
that's very continental, and don't forget that Stanley joined us from Poland.
Yes.
Stanley
Right.
is based in Poland and works across Europe, and he joined us. Don't forget, we also had a panel member from Canada, Michael from FIDIC, joined us from Canada, and it's truly amazing. We've crossed 8 countries. Panel member joined us from about 8 countries so far, and it's very exciting. The rich experience we've had engaging with these people. So, Maame Adjoa, what for you was I mean, I know you moderated COP28, so aside COP28 dialogue, which of the episodes was the most exciting for you?
I'd say the one Jacqueline mentioned with Gotslav moderating, that was a very good one. We had an excellent panel. That is the
Where did you plug him from? Where did you plug him from? I mean, Gotslav was
Gotslav was busy. He had school. He was wrapping up school, and we still insisted you have to do this because this is your area. And he took up the mantle without a challenge. He was ready and willing, and I will commend him for that particular episode and also be willingly accepting to do this. So Gotslav, congrats on that episode. Yes, he did fantastic. He had a good team with him for those discussions. And I think that would be the first time you actually allowed us to go overboard with the time, because usually we're in a hurry to wrap up by 8. And he said, no, let him go on, let him go on. So yeah, that was a really good session.
Gotslav, we'll be coming to you if you're on the call. Get ready, we'll be coming to you to ask, what your experiences were, producing that show. But before that, let me go back to either Antoinette or Jacqueline. I mean, which for you was your one of your highlight moments on volume 2?
Okay, so since everyone is giving their bragging rights, I would go back for the very first one we had, where we were able to bring together, quite a number of young African professionals. That was the beginning of this whole panel discussion. So yeah, we started it in all. Yes, I think
that was number 2, right? And it was on global development goals and the role of the African young professional in contributing to future infrastructure.
Yes. And it was a highlight because we hadn't, no rapport with any of them. Then we had the topic and like, okay, quickly, everyone rally on. Who do you know? So we started going on LinkedIn profiles. And to the amazement of this whole thing, everyone just came on board. Okay, so yes, and it wasn't difficult trying to get them. And I think the production team did very well, having to sell that concept for them to accept and join us to have such a great discussion.
Right. So Jacqueline, thank you for that. Jacqueline, what for you was your highlight moment? I know you mentioned earlier on the advancement in African land transportation dialogue panel discussion. Is there any other one that you enjoyed? You'd say you enjoyed the most? Yes. I can guess anyway, but
okay. Can you try, please?
Oh, I know you're gonna say Michael, right?
Oh yes.
Well, I thought as much. I could tell from a mile away where you were going. Yeah, I think we've had very, very exciting discussions.
Yes, it was my first time moderating. I remember in the middle of the night, I was still talking to Antoinette, sharing. my script, what I wanted to say, and everything with her, just to make sure that I am able to keep up the standard Maame Adjoa has set. So yeah, it was challenging, but then I think I
I'm
really
determined to break
enjoyed
that
the
standard
show.
today. I'm determined to break the standard by having the most interactive session today. Yeah.
Oh, that's not happening.
So it's got time for the call. Are you able to share your perspectives with us on how it was for you moderating a show for the first time on the KNE?
Yes.
Hello, good morning. Yes, that's a memory I think I'm not going to forget anytime soon.
Right.
So, I was there one of the, I think it was an evening, and I got a call to the request to prepare for this. I mean, I was asked if I could do it, and I think I in my mind I was like, okay, I think everyone is going to say I'm going to decline because it was left it up.
We were sure. Don't worry. The whole production team saying, "Oh, no, Goslar is going to say no. He's going to come with some excuse."
But I think I saw it as an opportunity, and I knew I could do it. I hesitated earlier, but I think I took on the challenge, and it was very challenging. I remember the first meeting we had, everything was set. We were supposed to join in the pre-discussions, and all of a sudden my network goes gaga, and I was
you had doom so your lights. The man said he had lights. I said, no, this is fake. This must be fake.
I know they would get to connect it and say your house people are doing you.
If you
Do you remember
coming right.
So yeah, Antoinette, what are you trying to say? Hold on, Goslav. Yeah, Antoinette.
Yes, I'm saying you remember one of the days I'm having the pre-discussion. Then from his background, we're selling things. I don't know if it was from his hostel.
There were Rafiko in the background.
Oh no.
So I carried the laptop and I'm going left and right. And then finally I had to bag it and then excuse myself, rush to the classroom, which is about 15 minutes away. And then I got the network. So I knew that the following day I had to rush to the class, even though the school wasn't in session. I was in the hostel. And I finished the session, and then from the start it was very jittery. So I was like, come on, don't disappoint.
Yeah, I mean, with all the tie, the way you put on the tie, you were the only one who came up to the show with a full piece of suit and tie. Well, congratulations to you. You always dress like a CEO. Yeah, but we also had some very exciting guests. We had Engineer Laye, we had Engineer Naki Tetanui, we had a session with Kojo, from the US. And, our opening discussion dialogue on AI. AI is a big deal. And we're honored to have Richard Osei join us to share his experiences on AI and what the African contribution can be, alongside other panel members, some of whom we work with directly, or some of who are just in our network. So it looks like you've had a very exciting show. I am going to call at random one of our viewers on the call. He always has a question, and he asks the most intriguing questions a lot of the time. So it's coming to you, right? Mr. Emmanuel Atia.
Yes.
You've been an avid contributor to the discussions, the dialogue on the Knowledge and Experience series. You almost always have a question or a contribution to make. Care to share your experience with us and I'm coming to you because you were one of those who made a very informative you gave a very informative feedback that contributed in shaping the KNE we have now. So are you able to share your experiences? What has it been being a participant in the KNE?
Yes. Okay, good morning everyone, and thank you for the opportunity. Throughout the period of how we started from the KNE series within ourselves, coming up to this level, it has been some kind of positive curve, a positive slope. The topics coming from sustainability, climate change, and then flooding and all those things. It has equipped us with our command related to the field that we are in, especially in a world where we are looking at sustainability. So in each of them, I have a key lesson I always speak. In fact, there's none of them that went fully or completed without me learning something new. So it has always been glorious and then a great opportunity to learn something new, to help me have a better perception of the world, especially in areas where it is not just engineering related. When one of the series we were looking at trust and how he delivered the thing, it came very, very fine. And I really
You are right. That was
Yes.
the show. That would be in volume 1. Must have been the episode with Mr. Ivan Sassari.
Yes.
Yes, he's a partner for deal at KPMG. It was an excellent production. It was very good presentation. I'm glad you bring this back. So Emmanuel, you may go on and wrap up.
Yes.
Then I'll go to Bertrand. Be ready. I'm coming up now.
So it was very fine that I have to ask GM for the slice of that particular Q&A series. So overall, I think the session throughout was very great, and I love it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I have a comment from one of our Kwame Gansa joining us on the call. I mean, I've not proofread what he sent, but I hope it's not a bomb. He says Duncan has a necktie. Duncan has necktie. Sadly, he has nowhere to show off. An opportunity popped up, and he rose to it with his stuff. It's been a great time following the series, though I almost always forgot. I hope it continues in the weeks thereof. Yes. Kwame Gansa, thank you for the feedback. And in fact, let me give you a little in on Goslar. In the past week, we've seen him put on 2 different neckties. And I mean, we hope that he's able to change them as he goes along and keeps to it, and that there will be more opportunities for him to showcase more of his gentlemanly qualities. And I can assure you, KNE would continue. We're already planning for volume 3 of it, and this social engagement, we call it, is just intended for us to catch up with our audience and get to understand the nature of impact, if any, that we are making, and what the expectations are for the coming episodes. So, Bertrand, I mean, you have received very, very high positive reviews from your video of your experience joining Constromat, and I see a lot of people are enthused, excited. I've gotten personal calls and inquiries about you. How did you find this gentleman? I have no idea. I don't know where he's come from. So, how has it been for you? I mean, for the while that you followed KNE, how has it been for you?
Okay, good morning to everyone. Joining KNE, it hasn't been long, but I think it's quite an experience, especially with the session on personal branding. Yes, I've really learned a lot on that. Those people that have been close to me or following me on LinkedIn, they would realize that I've now changed in certain aspects because I take my personal branding very seriously. I've now gotten so many followers.
You have to pay consulting fees for the follow-up. Right.
Yes.
Right,
so
right.
I think I've gotten 1 or 2 things I'm adding to my portfolio, and I look forward to future engagements.
Thank you very much, Bertrand. So I'll come back to our show producers. I know they are eager to share some of their insights. So, I mean, looking into the future, what are our expectations? I mean, we'll allow the audience to ask us questions, but I want to know from you what your expectations are for volume 3. You know, if we should even have it at all.
Is this to ask the producers of the show?
Yes, to you, the producers.
Well, volume 3. Well, I hope we do even better than we are currently doing, because like everybody has said, this has been an experience. It's taught us so much. We've all grown, especially when it comes to public speaking and presenting or representing ourselves and the company. So I think this has actually been a very an interesting opportunity for us to all grow in different aspects when it comes to putting ourselves out there. When it comes to who we are bringing on board, we've had incredible guests so far. I hope we're able to bring on more people with diverse backgrounds that we have currently brought on board. And yeah, we're hoping for bigger, better things for the series next year. Wow.
Excellent.
Okay, next year. Yeah.
Okay, so Maame Adjoa speaks about a better, an even better and improved version of. And I was wondering to myself, what is the metrics for measuring the improved better? Is it the English speaking quality? Is it the ring camera? I mean, what should we make a studio in-house for you?
Oh yes, I would actually love that, because you won't believe this. There was one session where I got here very early and it took my laptop about 30 minutes to boot.
Goodness.
I couldn't get online. Even my last session, you'd remember I would be trying to present the screen, and before I knew it, my questions were live for everybody.
You linked your questions.
So the glitches, yes. We should have a studio here. Yes, that is one thing I'm going to advocate for. We should have a professional studio where we can all join, and then we wouldn't have as many glitches as we've had.
Right, because this production is, very a simple production. All you need is your laptop and get on a Zoom call, and that's it.
But it's like technology knows sometimes when to mess with you.
Right. And there's one episode we laugh about quite often, the one with Jacqueline struggling with her connection in a panel discussion. She has prepped so well, and suddenly the thing went away. Jacqueline put on a phone, and the camera of the phone was looking up the roof.
Yes.
Jacqueline, how was that? I mean, when you are prepared and you've made your point, only to know that no one heard you except yourself in the background. Oh my goodness. How was that for you, Jacqueline?
Yeah, that was really challenging. Well, I didn't expect to face that challenge, because we've planned even where I would sit and the internet I'll connect to and everything, but then it ended up that the internet connection was not favoring me. I just switched from my laptop to my phone so that I can have a good access. Then my camera is all over the place. So it was
Indeed, it was all over the place.
Yeah.
And I recall finding myself in the hallway trying to tell her that, Jacqueline, there's something wrong, and I got her even more confused. It was just a mess.
And that was a common feature. I mean, when Antoinette moderated the show, I could see you moving between places and up and down. And Antoinette, how was that show? I mean, you were so excited, passionate about your. May I go on?
Passionate the gender talk again.
Antoinette, yes.
So yes, well, I got carried away along the line to talk more about gender issues. Yes, but it was, I mean, what Gloria spoke about was enlightening, I must say. So even though I got carried away, all the same, the information she gave out there was very insightful, and for me to that show was great. Like that show was very good. Having to bring together the FIDIC. So the FIDIC Future Leaders was actually the basis for selecting our panel discussion, and it went really well and actually set the pace for other productions on panel discussion.
Excellent, excellent. So I know you make, I'm also going to digress, but I'm not going to go full. We'll come back to looking into the future. But you're very passionate about issues of gender, and a lot of times we argue on what gender means, and why there's no priority for other genders, and there seems to be a bias towards the female gender. And you made a very profound point recently in a discussion about how a country like Rwanda has seen immense transformation due to the role of women. And I think you made that point whilst we were planning this episode. So Jacqueline and I were still in Rwanda at the time. So just when we're going through the formalities of exiting, I started observing, paying closer attention. I realized for a lot of the places where women, I was driven twice by 2 women, and I said that was an unusual thing that a car picks you up and it's a woman, very well dressed, so confident, in a way, then just zooms, puts on her sunglasses and is zooming around. You get to there, everybody, it's literally a woman all the way. So what do you think we must put women in charge of everything in Ghana then?
Well, yes, I know when it comes to gender, you and I would usually have differences, but all the same, what I keep advocating for is equal representation. Yes, so
right.
I know, yes, the modern advocacy for gender equality more skewed towards the women, but then generally what we are looking for is everyone should be given the equal opportunities to play out however their future is going to be. And yes, I'm not saying we should give every opportunity to women, but just give us an equal playing field that everybody can be.
I'm an advocate for that, right? I mean, you for one,
yes.
a lot of look at this production team. It's so biased. The entire production team is made up of women, and where are the men?
You are the man. You represent them, and this equal representation is what.
Do you want me to say the comment about men at Consumat from Irene's perspective? I mean,
let's listen to that
on the call.
Oh no!
Now Irene's gonna pretend she can't hear me because she's learned so well from someone we had once on a problem, and he suddenly lost his voice. He suddenly lost his voice on the call. Okay, all right. So, I mean, what are you looking at going into 2024? What are your expectations for the KNU?
Is it for me?
Yes.
Okay, yes. So I would follow suit from where Maame ended. So I'm also looking at we broaden the horizon, especially with the topics we treat, because then you realize that previously we were centered more on industry discourses, but then this time around, I mean, with our being able to put together good panelists and then bring together good speakers, we can as well go beyond our industry and then look at what global issues are pertaining to almost every industry, get the right people to come and facilitate so that other diverse industries, be it mechanical engineering, be it even financial business management. I mean, all round, we should be all round to let everyone gain the right knowledge that they need for their jobs and other opportunities.
So you think we should open up the so we operate in the infrastructure space, and so the knowledge and experience we share relates to infrastructure. So what you're advocating for is for us to look at the entire value chain, various persons who contribute towards infrastructure development to make an input. That would be very wide and that would be very challenging for us. You could set up an entire organization for this.
Well,
should we start asking people to pay to join? Should we start because I mean Bertrand just told us how his portfolio has grown. His portfolio of personal branding has grown from the consultant we procured from Kenya to
yeah, so we are doing a great job and we should extend our tentacles. Yeah.
Right. Okay, so Jacqueline, I think I didn't give the opportunity to share with us what your expectations are for the next production.
Okay, so like my colleagues have rightly said, I'm looking forward to a great production as well in volume, and even better. Yeah, I'm hoping we would bring people on board to discuss also new technologies, new innovations available to help us do our work effectively. And yeah, we would broaden our scope as well to bring on board other disciplines to help our work as well and benefit our audience. Yeah, I'm looking forward to a better production. Yeah.
The way you keep saying a better production, I'm tempted to ask what dimension of better you're looking at. But before I turn to our audience for their comments, questions, contributions, we asked for this production pictures. So I'm going to ask for each of you to give your pictures. Okay, Edward, I'll skip Edward. I would ask to the left. The lady, okay, there are two oranges. So Antoinette, that must be you with the sunglasses over your head. I think I have an idea where this picture was taken because I probably went to the same place recently. Can you tell us where was this picture taken and what were you doing there?
It was at the airport in Ethiopia, so I was waiting to transit to Accra from Zambia.
Right. Jacqueline, where were you? What? You also have sunglasses. What? Everybody has some form of spectacle on the. What were you contending with Antoinette in this? Can you tell us what were you doing in that picture, Jacqueline? She's almost unrecognizable in the picture. Yes, tell us, what were you doing in that picture?
Well, I think I went to a resort in the Western region. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, and you are not able to share the details of what you are up to in that. Okay, let me go. All right, so we know you are either Antoinette is either traveling or you are in a resort somewhere. Maame Adjoa, you're also in Speta. Okay, but that's the usual thing.
Yes. Yeah, some of us actually need eyes to see, so.
Some of us just need to keep it on our head.
Oh no, some of us will trip everywhere if we don't have. Yes, okay, so I think that was that last year? I was in Aqua Safari that year. Yes, I had to take a little break for myself, and I actually went with my sister. It was an interesting weekend for us there. Yeah.
That's nice. Well, it's really nice getting to know each of you and how you contribute to this production. I know we have very diverse backgrounds and areas of training and how we are able to harness this to make such production. So I'll turn to our audience now and ask you to ask this amazing production team we have for Knowledge and Experience series volume 2 exclusively. I mean, sorry, what did you say?
Be easy on us. We're used to asking the questions.
So drop your comments, your feedback. You may show your hand if you wish to speak directly. If you wish to type your comment, question, inputs, contribution in the messages, you may also do so. So who do I go to? I mean, if you don't volunteer, I may have to call by name. Who do I call here?
I think you should call Yvonne.
Yvonne. I mean, Yvonne, your experience with the KNU was very interesting. I recall for once we asked you to be an auditor on our production session, and you gave a very interesting feedback. So we decided not to bring you back on.
Almost made us cancel the shows going forward.
Right. I mean, it's interesting. Yvonne works in quality assurance because Yvonne takes every process very serious, and I mean, would give you a dimension of a dimension of perspective you're not looking at all. Yvonne, speak to us. You don't need to put on your video if you're not ready. You can just speak to us. Hey, Miss Into, we are not going to leave until you speak. So please, don't think you would.
Hello,
I may even have to carry my device.
I'm
good.
I'm here. I'm here. My network was acting up. So I want to say thank you to the team. Mine is just a comment. It won't be my opinion today. It's just a comment and appreciation to the team. You guys have done a really, really great job. I'm in the office and I see how you guys prepare for each session, and I must commend you guys for everything you put in to make sure every week after week is a successful program. So everyone who has benefited from this is very grateful. I'm speaking on behalf of everybody. So we are grateful.
This is an interesting feedback. I mean,
yes, today
Yvonne,
no comments
I'm
about
sure there'll be a
anything.
scripted version of this feedback, because if you were giving this feedback, we would want to print it out and be reminded of this feedback always. All right, so who do we go to from here? Who wishes to give us some feedback or make a comment for improvement? Daniel. Daniel, you're supposed to be on the. What has he left? Okay, he was supposed to give a presentation about Chinese culture, and is noted for advancing our diversity and diversity discussions. He also recently joined a panel discussion on the transportation and shared very, very interesting insights, leveraging materials technology, improving transportation. So Daniel, how has it been for you on the K&E, and what do you wish to ask?
Okay, good morning. And to begin with, I must commend the team for a good job done. All the K&E sessions have been very informative, educative, and very captivating. For the panel discussion I was on, I must thank management. I was very privileged to be on that panel. I learned a lot, and also the other K&E sessions, especially the AI. I really learned a lot from that. So I think going forward, I don't know how they come up with the topics, but good job on that. So I think going forward, we can do more. We can improve and do more.
Daniel, I'll tell you on the topic. Sometimes they don't know the topic until the night before.
Yes.
No, I mean, you tell that some of these are released much earlier. We have an idea of what the theme should be, but deciding on the topic can be a big deal. And I'm happy that you even take note of that, because you may have the whole idea of what you want to talk. Okay, you want to bring this person and talk about this, but how do you couch a topic? I mean, we can debate and go back and forth on, just topics, and sometimes defer discussions over days before we find some agreement on. So that's a good catch. That's a good catch, Daniel. I'll come back to you. Daniel, stay on the call.
Please, can I say something?
Yes, sure, go ahead.
I think one time we even had to do a poll to select
a topic. Right.
Yeah. And even after that poll, we still didn't know which one we had selected.
Which one? Yeah, because there was a split, there was a tie. There was a tie in the poll. Incredible. Yeah. No, I think I ringed the poll because I didn't vote. And then after you voted, I went to vote on everybody's selection. And then
I was so confused. I'm like, which one am I using?
Well, that's very interesting. So we make everything in-house. We make the production team does even the designs, panel preparation, the product, everything is done in-house by our personnel, and I'm very excited about the effort put into this. So Goslam, I see you have your hands raised. Daniel, I'll come for your final thought, but let me just read another comment from Kwame Gansa. He says, going wide with the panelists, as earlier expressed, will be of great importance, as it will provide a new dimension for discussion in the ensuing year. Okay, that's interesting. There's another comment from Beryl, who says, I found the volume to be inspiring and educational. I'm eagerly anticipating the possibility of attending an in-person conference, perhaps as part of a quarterly or semi-annual K&E series. Kudos to the team. Whoa.
I think Mami is also asking us to have an in-person party so that he can attend.
Interesting. Interesting. Well, we can host an in-person party. So, Daniel, would you want to give us your final thoughts before we move on to Goslav? Okay, so I think Daniel is not on the call now. Goslav, you have your hands up. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. So I think in all, I just want to say the team has done incredibly well. Just as Daniel was saying earlier, sometimes we don't know what goes into the processes and then the preparation towards it, and so you might not appreciate it as much as someone who has seen the process. And just for that 1 week or that weekend I was engaged, I really got to appreciate what the team is sacrificing and putting in. And so I want to commend the team very, very, very well, and kudos to the team. And we hope to see even better things. Thank you very much. And thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Thank you, please. The team likes watching, so just get us watching, we'll be fine.
No problem. So thank you.
I'm putting you on the spot. I'm putting you on the spot. Because when Goslav made a remark about preparation, I mean, you moderated one of the sessions. Yes, you moderated a session on flooding. Emmanuel, that was a lot of work. Because you had meetings deep into the night and realized, like, look, guys, this is not my style. You know, this is so not natural. Engineer Banfo is with you. Okay, is he on the call now? I mean, so Emmanuel has had a fantastic career so far. He loves technology. Emmanuel loves to stay in the background, and like every tech person, he's always making price. So coming out, putting Emmanuel on the spot is like something else. But if you know Emmanuel on a personal level, Emmanuel is the one person who makes. I have a video recording of him. I think he wasn't paying attention, arguing his points. They were in a design review session for one of our projects, and he was going on with Jacqueline and Yvonne on why they can't understand his point, because I can understand him. For an engineer who makes things, he has perhaps conceived this beautiful thing in his mind, and he just doesn't get why nobody understands what he's saying. So Emmanuel, how has it been for you? I know it was a very stressful preparation towards this, and we were all over you. We want to know what you wanted to say, how you wanted to say everything. How was it for you, Ima?
Yeah, good morning, everybody.
Yes, good morning.
Morning.
It was very challenging when I first received the call to do this. Because I had a lot of things going on, and then the way I wanted to do it, I really wanted to really postpone it. But then eventually I realized that I had to be the person to do this. So I just put one or two things together and then try to deliver. Yeah. But I would like to commend the team for the great work they've done so far, and all the best going forward.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Emmanuel, I was going to ask you what the scores for the next matches, but I'll skip that. I'll skip that for now. So who else on the call wishes to give us some comments, feedback for improvement? Who is coming up? Do I put someone else on the spot?
Want to hear from Maame Adjoa?
Yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, she's been quiet on the background. Miss Yeboah, you hosted one of the show productions in Volume 1. I hope she's not left the call. She's not run away from the call, right? She's on the call. You hosted one of the shows on the K&E in Volume 1 when it was still internal. You moderated one of the discussions. But how has it been for you listening in the background and contributing from the background?
Good morning, everyone. I hope I'm very audible.
Very.
Yeah, I mean, I live in a village, so my network is a bit bad sometimes. Yeah, I think from my experience, there have been tremendous improvements in the K&E sessions. I can't really pinpoint the very one I enjoyed, because I enjoyed almost all of them. From Engineer Lai to Engineer Naki to David's and then to, I think all of them, to Mrs. Asma. It's been really amazing. And sometimes I begin to wonder how the team puts all this together. It's a lot of work. I've observed, some of the movements, and I can see that it's a lot of work, which needs a lot of dedication and then time. Leaving home sometimes 5 a.m. to get to the office before production starts. It's not an easy task, especially when you had a busy weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you on that. I mean, I can't believe I'm an early riser, but I mean, showing up this early for today's production. Oh my goodness! And when I showed up, I could see, Irene, Jacqueline and Maame Adjoa already in and setting up, and then no long Antoinette. So you are right on the timing, and you're driving and you are looking to get here so early.
Yes, so I would like to congratulate them. It's been really amazing. Then in terms of moderation, they've been perfect. Yeah, I think they've been perfect. Thank you so much.
And Irene says you are perfect.
I know.
You must have done a great job.
You can close for the day and just go home.
No, for some of the feedback you are getting, you have to print it and put it on top of your wall somewhere in the office to say, Irene says I was perfect. Well, Irene, thank you so much for the feedback. Are there any comments for future productions?
Okay, so just like I think there was a comment on diversifying the topics retreat, so not just looking at the infrastructure space, but looking elsewhere so we can have. I think it was Antoinette who made that comment. So we can look at presentations or sessions on finance, and I think a whole lot. One of the feedback I got from somebody who participated in Engineer Stevelaya's comments was that he really enjoyed the session, and he was thinking that we are only doing roads and then building schools and all that, but we are very diversified, and I think it was quite a good one. Thank you.
Right. Yes, thank you very much, Irene. And it's interesting. I mean, for road makers or infrastructure makers, we are stressed a lot, and from time to time we need inspiration and some motivation to keep going. And I can understand we need discussions about even well-being and finance and all of those issues to help us. So for those who have been watching closely, whilst we may not have put out there in the public, I mean, the structure of the K&E in volume 2 has been in 4 parts. So there is always a session within a month, there's a session on personal development. So in personal development, we speak about leadership, give motivational talks, as and when. So a panel discussion by, the presentation by Engineer Laye, for example, qualifies to be one of those personal development sessions that we had in volume 2. And another session we also have as part of the volume 2 was to have panel discussions to bring Africa together. So we conceived that we would want to discuss topical issues and look at it from different perspectives, even country or national perspectives on how they are dealing with common issues, because we see Africa to be one big country. Then there we have those what we call teaching or expositions. So you have, experts like Naki or Kojo come to share, their expertise on particular issues. And one of the highlights from that would be what Michael came to share. I mean, these are paid for sessions. If you know what Michael does with is it DFS or DFW?
Yeah, DFS and FIDIC.
DFS, yes, and FIDIC. I mean, these are paid sessions for half an hour session on FIDIC program. You could be paying about 80 euros, and Michael will still be the facilitator for that. And you had Michael for a whole hour sharing, his insights on the program. So you can think of the value of that production. That is at least 100 euros, for anyone who joined that course, for not getting a certificate at least. So we won't double the price. So yes, a lot has gone into this, and we'll look at how to recategorize some of the sessions or broaden how many times we have a repeat. So since it's more of the knowledge and experience, we have a repeat of insight sharing at least twice within a month, whilst we have one motivational or inspirational and then one panel discussion within a month. Would see what the other productions become. Maame Adjoa, you are literally itching to speak.
Oh no. Oh no.
Are you sure? Okay, so should we go back to our audience?
Interesting. Yes, it's just been interesting hearing from the audience so far. It's making my already big head go bigger. So
oh my.
Yeah, I'm just loving all the feedback and the comments from everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I can see it's 8 o'clock, and for me, I feel very fulfilled that we were able to have this. For one, preparing for this discussion, we had a meeting or two, and we weren't sure how we were going to survive a conversation with Edward for an hour on K&E, what form it's going to take. So before we run out, what is coming up in Consumer this week? I mean, we are this week would be our last week at work. So we come back in January. We're taking a holiday break. What are we doing? What's coming up? What's coming up? Antoinette, I know you're involved in planning some of the events coming up. Do you want to run us by very quickly what you're planning or what you're involved in? Yes.
Yes. So starting from 20th, we'll have our site staff joining us in Accra. That's on Wednesday, and maybe hopefully, who knows, MD will decide to take all of us out to catch dinner. And then
finance.
And then on Thursday, the following day, we have a conference at Turmeric Hotel to discuss a few issues pertaining to our well-being, personal savings. I mean, and a number of good topics to be discussed. Then we're going to have lunch. I'm not going to disclose the place where we'll be having lunch. It's a surprise to everybody. So just keep your fingers crossed and wait for the planning committee to surprise you. And then there's a cocktail in the evening. I mean, you would have, variety of drinks.
I think you must invite Kwame Gansa to the cocktail. I would love to meet him. Kwame, are you happy to come to the cocktail?
Kwame, you've just won yourself a ticket to our cocktail.
Exclusive cocktail. Kwame, you'll be my guest.
Exclusive.
Kwame. If we're radio, ask him to phone in.
I'd love to be there, but currently I'm engaged elsewhere, so probably can shift it to another time.
Oh, that's like we'll have a virtual cocktail for you. Just you.
Yes.
I'd be glad.
Well, thank you. Yeah. So Antoinette, we want to wrap up. Yes.
Yes. So then moving forward, we have another conference on Friday, where we'll have talks from a facilitator from the World Bank, and then we'll have our famous Mr. Glansa Sari coming through again with another surprising topic. Then in the afternoon, we have a great lunch, and in the evening, we crown the whole event with an almighty, elegant, gallant dinner, which we are all looking forward to. So let's keep our fingers crossed and get ready for these events as they unfold.
Thank you very much. I think final thoughts, Jacqueline, your final thoughts?
Hello, please come again.
Yes. I was asking your final thoughts. I mean, this year has been an incredible year for you. At almost every international conference, you had, your papers accepted. IWA, you had a paper accepted. At FIDIC Africa, you had a paper accepted. You were a speaker. You were the only female panel speaker. At FIDIC Global, you were selected as speaker, and you were the only speaker selected to have come from Africa and from Consumer. Incredible. In addition, you had many papers. I mean, you've had a very exciting year, Jacqueline. I mean, you even presented at the GHIE conference also in Ghana. That's an excellent thing. You got selected to join the FIDIC. What do you call that? The Future Leaders.
Future
in Ghana as
committee.
Vice President. You got onto the FIDIC Africa IQRS committee, and that's a big deal, Jacqueline.
My network.
Are you still there, Jacqueline? Oh, terrible.
Yes, please,
Well,
I'm
too
here.
bad your internet won't allow you to go on. So, good. So wrap up. Give
Yes.
us your final thoughts, Jacqueline.
Yeah, it has been an exciting year, and thank you for the opportunity to be part of the production team. And I'm looking forward to a great work in the Volume 3. We are ready, and we are going to give our all to give you all a great production and bring on board even more interesting people and experts. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Jacqueline. I think I'll just give the final word to Maame Adjoa. Maame Adjoa, so give us your final thoughts on K&E.
Okay, so I think I'll add on to what Antoinette said. Aside the many activities she talked about, we also have our final donation for the year coming up, hopefully tomorrow. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to. And then we also have some internal trainings.
That's something we've had. What 7 individual donations.
Yes,
The first one to the Adjoa Health Center. Antoinette, incident that was your project. Then we did Ogojo together with Beryl. Then we did Ogojo Beryl. Then we went to Agomenya RC, Irene, Jacqueline. We went to Bon Ahunjo RC.
Yeah.
Then we went to Atebubu, Troche, I mean, it's not sound Troche KG and MA school led by the team, Emmanuel Atia and his colleagues, Isaac Akwa, wonderful presentation. Then we went up to Manly, LA. I mean, phenomenal. I mean, we couldn't get access to the players. We got to a point that said you should turn in, and it was strange. I mean, there was just no way. And they had just 3 classrooms for 6 streams of classes. And they said they co-share. So class 1 and 2 share, 3 and 4, 5 and 6 share classroom. And they were, I believe, one of those, most impacted by our little contribution. And the PTA, one of the families, a father got up and said, you are our God. And I said, goodness. I mean, do I have some money? There is something on me personally, because you have not even scratched the surface. And this is that's how impactful it was. And it came to life for me more with the dedication shown by the team when they were so convinced this was the right school to make the contribution to, and that would be our SIP. And I'm very happy to have attended this with our board chairperson, Dr. Then also there was a follow-up to number 7. Antoinette, help me. Number 7. No, Maame Adjoa, that was your project. So number 7.
Yes, that was at 2 year.
Sorry, are you still there? I'm losing you.
Hello.
Yes, 2 years. So
yes,
we had number 7 there. Also phenomenal.
That was at 2 year.
Over 100.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then so what are you doing next? Number 8. What are you doing?
So we're looking at visiting the School for the Blind, hopefully get them a few learning materials to be honest, this journey has been both heartbreaking and heartwarming all at the same time. It's a mixture of emotions, looking at the impact we're making in lives and some of the feedback we get from the places we've visited. And even during the selection processes, how you think you've settled on the place you'd want to go and visit, and then getting pictures from other places that are worse off, and you're juggling in your mind. Should I just call off the people I've already engaged and give to someone? It's been an experience, honestly, and I'm glad that we've been able to impact lives the way we have this year. I commend the team behind this idea and making it come to life the way it has. It's been a really beautiful experience, and I don't think I would have had the opportunity to experience this the way it
so
has
when are we
been
going to the School of
if
the
I
Blind?
was anywhere else. So yeah, thank you everyone who has put in so much effort into this. It's a really beautiful thing we've done this year. Yeah.
Well, thank you. I think we've had a bit of internet challenge, perhaps a bit of an overload. The networks haven't been too reliable this past weeks to us. But if you can still hear us, we have had a very exciting production on the Knowledge and Experience series. I've enjoyed my time working with a phenomenal team. I mean, the entire consumer team is phenomenal in every dimension. It's always exciting working with the different levels of people that we have, and I congratulate every one of you for your contributions, your efforts, and all that we put into work. And to this amazing production team, thank you. When are we having our lunch? Okay, bye-bye. And here I sign off. Keep your feedbacks to yourself. All right, so to the next episode we would announce in volume 3. It should come off next year, hopefully in the beginning of February, I hope. Maame Adjoa, how do you sign off?
Hello.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. Yes, how do you sign off? Sign off for us and let's go. Hello, Maame Adjoa, are you there?
It's an episode on our K&E series.
Okay, thank you very much, everyone.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you.
Okay, yes, I was saying thank you to everyone for joining today's discussions, today's episode. I wish all of us an incredible day for the rest of the day, and it's been exciting hearing from all of you. And then we're going to do our best to uphold all that you've asked us or asked of us for next year's season. So yes, to everyone who has made the time to join us, thank you very much. And this is the end of Construmat Knowledge and Experience Series Volume 2. Thank you.
Thank you very much and have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.